discussion on civility and politics, and your weekly sports update. All this and more.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Access USI. I'm Madeline Chris.
And I am Nick Ricks, and here are tonight's top stories.
Wi-Fi has always been a popular topic of conversation at USI. This week, however, left students and staff extra frantic. Students and staff had a frustrating return to campus after Easter break. On Monday, the entire campus internet shut down, leaving it nearly impossible for students and staff to access MyUSI and Blackboard. The problem began last week when the Informational Technology Department began to receive complaints about slow internet connections. IT informed students they were aware of the problem and were doing their best to increase internet capacity. That was until Monday when the internet connections came to a screeching halt. IT sent out an email notifying students that they were investigating a possible hacker attack and that Wi-Fi and internet would be down the rest of the day. This caused USI to cancel assessment day testing, which was scheduled for the following day. Thankfully, service was fully restored by Monday afternoon. IT determined a system failure on their gateway to the internet was the cause of the problem. USI sophomore Hannah Fadel says Monday was frustrating for her and that Wi-Fi and internet connections are vital to student success.
Especially at a collegiate level where they have so many online classes or hybrid classes where you have to do stuff online. Assignments are supposed to be turned in online and you can't do those things. You're not able to learn, you're not able to submit those assignments. So we need to have the Wi-Fi.
IT says all campus systems and data are safe and everything is currently operating normally. Reporting for Access USI, I'm Madeline Chris.
Students and faculty were up bright and early this morning for the 27th Annual Breakfast with the President. The tradition dates back to Dr. David Rice's time as president of USI. The event is held by the USI Student Alumni Association and gives people a chance to get their questions answered by President Bennett and other faculty members. Guests were treated to a breakfast spread of bacon, eggs, French toast, fruit, and some social time. After that, President Bennett took some questions from the audience and even made fun of our recent internet troubles on campus.
And we have to have patience. You know, patience, that thing that if the internet goes out, you're still civil. See the arch diagram?
Rape has become a prominent topic of conversation at USI as well. In the last 4 months, 4 forcible on-campus rapes have been reported by students. That number has increased drastically in the last 2 years. In 2013, there was 1 forcible rape on campus, and in 2014, there were 0. The first rape reported this year occurred on November 18th in Newman Hall. The second rape took place on December 2nd on the on-campus apartments, and the third case happened on February 5th in campus housing. We reached out to the USI Dean of Students Office as well as Public Safety for comment, but have not heard back yet. We decided to compare our numbers with the University of Evansville's as well. U of E has only reported 2 forcible rapes on campus since January 2013. If you or someone you know has been the victim of rape or sexual harassment, you can contact USI Public Safety at 812-464-1845 or the Vanderburgh County Sheriff's Department at 812-421-6200.
This past Monday, students gathered to discuss a growing topic at USI. Access reporter John Fisher has the story.
Students and faculty gathered in Mitchell Auditorium on Monday to hear a presentation on a very relevant topic. The psychology of hate, from intolerance to terror, was a discussion of hate groups and how they gain their followers. Student Shelby Heck says that such a discussion is a great first step to finding a solution.
Because I think that hate isn't something that we talk about enough, and especially people's hatred for other people is something we need to shed more light on and really work through and move beyond.
Dr. Linda Wolf, the main speaker of the presentation,
The search for Archie handlers continues. Access USI recently spoke with Director of the University of Communications, Sally Grice, to learn why Archie is in need of a companion and just what they are looking for in a handler.
So the students that are volunteers to be Archie have expressed to us that it would be helpful for them to have a second person there, and then those of us who help coordinate Archie, we felt like he could have a second person with him all the time, so it was kind of a combination of the two. We hope to have several students who will volunteer to be Archie's handler, who can go with him on campus, off campus, just wherever he's requested in the community. Students that are energetic, that are a good display of our university, and are willing to share the excitement of Archie.
To contact Sally to set up an interview for Archie handlers, you can reach her at the phone number and email address below.
USI has announced their event lineup for the by day for its annual Spring Fest. Spring Fest will take place this year, April 6th through the 8th. The events kick off Wednesday as USI hosts Repercussion, a show that combines comedy, audience interaction, and percussion instruments. Events will continue with tie-dyeing, sketch artists, and ziplining. On Thursday, USI will host a movie on the quad, a performance by dueling pianos, and inflatables. Springfest will conclude on Friday with a dance party at the Rec. For a full schedule of events, go to usi.edu/springfest.
The USI baseball team is off to a great start in GLVC play.
And the softball team is playing for a cause. Jordan Fisher will have your sports update right after this break.
Newman Catholic Club is a great way to get involved at USI. NCC aims to assist students in continuing their religious journey throughout their college career. Newman Catholic Club provides students with great opportunities to meet new friends and grow in their faith through their weekly meetings, masses, and service projects.
Yeah, I definitely recommend it. It's a good way to get to know other people in the same faith and just to really have good, solid friendships.
Newman Catholic Club, where hearts speak to hearts.
Welcome back to Access USI. I'm Jordan Fisher, and here's your sports update. After going 0 for 3 on their last road trip, the USI baseball team shifted its focus to the 2016 GLVC season, starting with a pair of doubleheaders against Bellarmine this past weekend at the USI baseball field. The Eagles cruised through Friday's doubleheader, winning both games while scoring a combined 16 runs and only allowing 1 run for the Knights. Saturday was a slightly tougher day, as USI dropped the first game 6-3, then bounced back with the win in the second game, 10-6 to take 3 out of 4 on the weekend. After their series opening victory over the Knights, head coach Tracy Archuleta reached the 500-win milestone over 14-plus seasons. Archuleta collected 148 wins in 6 years at Wisconsin Parkside and 352 wins in 8-plus seasons at the helm for the Eagles. The 8-plus seasons with USI has included a pair of NCAA Division II national championships and two ABCA National Coach of the Year awards. Archuleta's win total currently sits at 502 after winning 3 out of 4 over the weekend. The Eagles are now 14-8 on the year and 3-1 to begin GLVC play. The Eagles have also moved back into the collegiate baseball ABCA top 30 rankings. The Eagles currently sit at 30th in the standings and 14th in the HeroSports.com Division Top 25 poll. USI was originally scheduled to head to St. Louis today for one game against Missouri St. Louis. However, that game was postponed due to weather. Up next for the Eagles, they'll continue GLVC play when they host Illinois Springfield for a pair of doubleheaders this weekend. First pitch for Saturday's doubleheader is scheduled for 2. Meanwhile, for the USI softball team, they were also home for a pair of GLVC doubleheaders this past weekend. The Lady Eagles began a 4-game homestand with a doubleheader against the University of Illinois Springfield on Friday before taking on McKendree University in a doubleheader on Saturday. USI ended up sweeping both series to go a perfect 4-0 at home yet again. And after the weekend sweep, USI visited Bellarmine yesterday, but dropped both of those games, falling to 23-11 overall and 11-3 to start GLVC play. The Eagles will now return back home for a pair of doubleheaders with Indianapolis and St. Joseph's this weekend. USI has won the first 12 home games to open the season and have a winning streak of 22 games at home dating back to last year, which is the longest home winning streak since the Eagles won 23 straight between the 2002 and 2003 seasons. The Greyhounds enter the weekend ranked number 1 in the nation with a perfect 31-0 record on the season, while the Pumas are 10-23 overall and 7-7 in the conference. The Eagles will also be playing for a couple of causes this weekend. The doubleheader with the Greyhounds on Saturday is USI's Awareness Day, while the Eagles will play for Kate on Sunday when they host the Pumas. Every player and coach for USI and UIndy will be wearing colored ribbons representing the person that they are honoring for that day. Each year, the Eagles make an effort as a team to honor someone within their softball family. This year, USI will wear t-shirts for Vicky Tuggle, the grandmother of senior infielder Tony Braun. Tuggle has battled illness and paralysis throughout the last 3 years. Sunday's Play for K game is an honor for Kate Brugenschmidt, a young lady in the softball community that was tragically killed in an ATV accident. She was 11 years old and a member of a local travel team, the Bomb Squad. Kate's family will be in attendance for the doubleheader, and her younger sister Emma will throw out the first pitch and be an honorary Batgirl. USI players and coaches also will be wearing ribbons and bright green bracelets in honor for Kate. First pitch for the doubleheader against UIndy is scheduled for noon. The USI men's and women's track and field teams got off to a fast start to begin the outdoor season. On the men's side, juniors Chase Broughton and Michael Hammonds each recorded first-place finishes at the Bill Smith Challenge last Thursday to lead the men's team in the outdoor season opener. Broughton paced the field in the 1,500 meters while Hammonds was first in hammer throw. Hammonds posted a total of 3 top 5 finishes on the day as he earned a 4th-place finish in the discus and a 5th-place finish in the shot put. On the day, the Screaming Eagles had 13 top 5 finishes, including the top 3 finishers in the 1,500 meters and the top 2 finishers in the 4x800 meter relays. On the women's side, they finished with 4 first-place finishes at the Invitational as well. Senior Jessica Reeves and Jordan Jones carried first-place finishes in the 1,500 meters and javelin, respectively, while fellow classmate Kaylin White was first in the 400-meter hurdles. USI also earned the top 2 finishes in the 4x800 meter relay. Jones led the Eagles with 4 top 5 finishes on the day. She was 2nd in discus, 4th in the hammer throw, and 5th in the shot put. As a team, the Lady Eagles racked up 18 total top 5 finishes, including junior Crystal Blair's 3rd place showing in the pole vault. Blair broke her own outdoor school record with her vault of 10 feet 10 inches. USI returns to action on April 1st and 2nd when it competes at the Washington University Invitational in St. Louis, Missouri, as well as the Stanford Invitational in Stanford, California. As for the USI men's and women's tennis teams, they're both gearing up for GOVC play, which is set to begin this weekend. The Screaming Eagles will welcome Illinois Springfield to campus for a matchup at the USI tennis courts beginning at 11. After not competing in any dual matches during the fall, the men's team have gone 9-3 during the spring season, including a win over Division I Austin Peay State University and a ranked Missouri St. Louis team. The Eagles are 2-0 at home during the spring season so far, heading into their conference opener at the USI tennis courts. Meanwhile, for the women's team, they are 4-8 on the year as they move past the back of their non-conference schedule. After going 1-1 in the fall and competing in the ITA Regional Championships in Indianapolis, USI has gone 3-7 in its spring matches. That wraps up another week for USI Sports. Coming up next, Remington Crowder will have your weather update for the next week. Stay tuned to Access USI.
Happy Wednesday evening, everyone. It's the calm before the storm for the day tomorrow. As you can see, an enhanced risk of severe weather here for basically almost the entire tri-state. There's a little slither out towards the eastern part underneath a slight risk, but they're going to still see the same thing that we will for the day tomorrow. Let's go through this. Basically from noon to 8 o'clock tomorrow is when the best timing will be for any severe weather. Probably we'll see a few strong storms first, and then we'll see the severe weather part once we head into the late afternoon, early evening hours. Tornado, damaging winds, large hail, and flooding will be the main risk. Overall, probably will be large hail and damaging wind. Still can't rule out an isolated tornado or two. Flooding, yeah, we're going to see that around too as well. Highs today, basically we're in the 70s here across the area, a few 60s on the board. Just as nice of a day as it was yesterday, except we didn't have the sunshine today. If only we had a little bit more sunshine. Here we are, this cold front will be producing storms ahead of it. We stop this at 3:30 tomorrow morning. You'll see a few showers and storms around the area. Can't rule out a couple being strong. I don't think we're going to see any severe weather by that chance. 11:30 tomorrow afternoon, we'll have some clearing around, some storms in western Kentucky. We'll have to keep an eye on if those will be severe. 8 o'clock tomorrow evening, the cold front will then start to push through Evansville, and on the backside is when we're going to start seeing some cooler air move in. Ahead of the front is where we're going to see the best chances of severe weather, as I mentioned. And then once the cold front moves through on Friday morning, hey, we're going to start clearing out. We'll have a few showers around, I think, early on Friday, maybe late in the afternoon if we can get anything. But once we head into Saturday, hey, it's going to be nothing but nice, dry weather. Temperatures overnight tonight will drop into the 60s. Day tomorrow, they'll get up into the 70s, but basically it's going to have to depend on if we have enough cloud cover. If we have cloud cover, I think that's where I think we'll probably stay in the 60s. If we get any breaks in the sun, yeah, we're going to go right up above 70. Lows on Friday morning will be into the 40s. We'll be, I think, near 60 for the day on Friday, but we'll have to wait and see exactly how much cold air we'll get in there. Saturday, this is the European model for basically the entire weekend. It's just going to be nothing but dry. There are a few shower chances as we head long range into this. As we head into Tuesday morning, that'll be really the next chance of rain. Even then, it's not going to be not that much to worry about. We head into the day on Wednesday and also Thursday of next week. Yeah, maybe a few shower chances there too as well. Once again, this is nothing really to worry about. Some colder air will be returning in. Still a little too early to tell the timing on that system, on just how cold we'll probably get, but yeah, I wouldn't worry about it as of right now. Just pencil it in. Showers and storms overnight, low 60. Day tomorrow, we'll get back into the 70s. Showers and storms. Once again, a few will be severe, so I'll keep you updated on anything that happens. Next 7 days, basically, hey, we're going to cool, as I mentioned, nice cool air for the weekend. Will be about seasonal to below seasonal temperatures. We head into next Monday, we'll be back up to the 60s. And then 50s for next Tuesday, and then next Wednesday, back up once again into the 60s. It's a roller coaster ride that we just cannot get off of.
New Harmony Gallery of Contemporary Art is hosting an exhibition of John Corner's serigraphs and mixed media collages now through April 16th. Corner is a St. Louis-based artist and graphic designer and is head of the graphic department at St. Louis Art Museum. His exhibit includes limited edition unique screen prints using playing cards, old books, comic strips, pages of poetry, and other items. The exhibition is free and open to the public. A reception for Corner will be held April 16th at the gallery during the first New Harmony Art and Antique Stroll of 2016.
Sam Van Aken, founder of the Tree of 40 Fruits, will be planting 2 trees that bear 40 different fruits in New Harmony tomorrow through Saturday. Each tree grows over 40 different types of fruit, including peaches, cherries, and almonds. During the spring, the trees will flourish in various tones of pink, crimson, and white, and in the summer will bear a multitude of fruits. The trees are sculpted through a process known as grafting, which is fusing wood from an existing tree onto a branch of another tree. Van Aken has already planted 20 trees like this across the nation. The 2 new trees will be planted next to the New Harmony Athenaeum. The event is free and open to the public.
The USI Romaine Subaru Screaming Eagle running series concludes next Saturday, April 9th with Spring into Fitness 10K. The course takes place along the USI Burdette Trail, where participants will run the entire trail before looping back again. There will also be a free fitness expo with different vendors from the Evansville area. Registration is by this Saturday and is $20 and goes up to $25 until race day. You can register online by going to usi.edu/running or at the rec the day of the race.
President Barack Obama became the first U.S. president since 1928 to visit Cuba. Obama and the first family flew into Havana, Cuba on Sunday last week and were welcomed by Cuban Foreign Minister Bruno Rodriguez Parilla. The president gave a speech at the Grand Theater in Havana calling for the U.S. embargo to be lifted. Even though the terror attacks in Brussels were occurring at the time, the president briefly touched on that event as the majority of the speech was directed towards the growth of Cuba. Before his departure, Obama attended a baseball game between the Tampa Bay Rays and the Cuban national team with his family and Cuban President Raul Castro.
Speaking of politics, USI hosted two prominent Indiana politicians. Access USI reporter Ben Flora has that story.
Senator Richard Lugar and Congressman Lee Hamilton discussed their views on civility in American politics last Wednesday. USI President Lyndon Bennett moderated the discussion between the Republican Lugar and Democrat Lee as they discussed their careers in the Senate and in Congress. Both representatives were willing to work across the aisle during their terms. Lee and Lugar made a point that civility in politics means getting to know your fellow representatives as people instead of as a Democrat or a Republican. They also added that rigorous debate has a place in civil politics, but both sides need to be willing to compromise. It was a very informative and important speech for the students and community members in attendance. For Access USI, I'm Ben Flora.
So guys, this is our last show of March, which means April Fool's Day is right around the corner, and I think it's this Friday, April 1st. So do you guys have any jokes up your sleeve or good stories?
No, I haven't really had a joke since I was probably like 12. One time I pranked my mom by messing with the tires. I didn't like do anything too big, but she had to leave a little bit late for work. I just put something like under the tires that kind of blocked her from backing out. It freaked her out for a second, then she figured it out.
Gotcha. Did you do anything?
No, not really. I'm hoping my teachers will play some April Fool's jokes by not having us come to class.
Oh, that'd be a great joke. I would happily go with that. What about you, Remy?
I've got nothing.
Okay, well, I have a good one. One time my sister and I was like in middle school, and we were like, oh my God, it's April Fool's. So we were upstairs in my mom's bed, and my mom was downstairs, and I was like, my sister's Lindsay, and she goes, Mom, Maddie threw up. And my mom was like, what? And she's like, Maddie threw up all over your bed. And so my mom comes running upstairs, and she's so mad. She's so mad. She's like, why did she throw up on my bed? And we're just sitting there like, so April Fool's. So that's like the only really good story I have.
It would have been better if
like
when she was like sprinting and then like she like tripped over the steps or something. Like not like to get her hurt, just enough to like embarrass her to fall. Or
I was going with
we'll have to think of something.
Or you could do that too. Like, they make that like it's been a long time since I tried to play an April Fool's joke.
I know, right? I'm kind of like, but anyways, okay. Well, that's all we have tonight on Access USI. Join us next time, same place. I'm Madeline Chris.
I'm Nick Ricks.
I'm Jordan Fisher.
And I'm Remington Crowder.
Have a wonderful night and stay dry.